G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kaitlyn and I'm an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. It's been a while since I've done one of these grocery hauls, so today I want to show you guys pretty much what we make for food in a week. So I did an entire week's worth of shopping at Kohl's and Woolies. Normally I'll just do one or the other, but I'll show you guys in a little bit why I split it up. And I did one of these almost a year ago and you guys called me out for all the unhealthy food that we had bought before. These are all like fresher ingredients. We have a set menu that we do every week now. It'll be a little bit easier for me to eat in a calorie deficit going forward with these meals. So you know what? Let's jump right into this video. Looking at all this food, I'm already starving. So grab a Bicky, grab a cuppa, and let's get started. So here's the fun thing about when you go grocery shopping online is sometimes you can substitute items, sometimes you can, and if you choose not to substitute items, that means you're not going to get anything, which on the one hand is fine if you don't want just like a random item, if you want like a specific brand name. But I just realized as I started looking through this Kohl's order, the very first thing on here was bread, and the one thing that they did not give us in this order was bread. So we didn't substitute. Mark has a certain kind of bread that he likes. We make pastrami sandwiches, rather. I make pastrami sandwiches for him every single day for work. So his bread is out, which means I'm either going to have to run to the shops or go over to 7-Eleven, and he's just going to have to deal with white bread for a week, which is fine. He'll deal with it. But at the same time, it's a little annoying. Okay, I just did all the shopping and now I got to go out and buy something. But if they had sent us the bread, it's a specific kind that we get, that would have been $3.90. Now, the next thing that we ordered was pastrami, and this is why I order online from Kohl's, because, like I said, I make sandwiches for Mark at least 4 days, if not all 5 days a week when he's at work, and this is 800 grams of pastrami. This will make at least 2 sandwiches a day, sometimes 3. Sometimes I'll have a pastrami sandwich for lunch one day during the week. So for a little over 800 grams, this cost us $24.80. It's a little bit pricey, I know, especially compared to some other deli meats, but at the end of the day, he's pulling like bare minimum 8 hours. On average, it's about like 10 to 11 hours a day at work. So obviously we don't mind splurging a little bit for something that he enjoys. It's still going to cost a good bit of money for meat these days anyway, so a couple extra bucks for pastrami that he likes is not going to hurt us. It's not going to break the bank. And one other thing that he gets all the time is this Mildura orange and mango juice. You guys, this is so good, especially with Malibu rum. I'm just saying, if you want a quick, easy, fruity, lazy drink, this mixed with Malibu is amazing. But he drinks it just as juice, not with Malibu. That one's on me. So we probably go through one of these about every fortnight. I don't really drink it, it's mostly Mark, so once a fortnight we go through that, and that's only $5. Now, this is marjoram spread. So I had actually ordered the Meadow Lee marjoram. That's the only marjoram that we've used so far, and they substituted it for this. I don't remember asking them to substitute this one, but they did. So I don't know if this is going to be any good. Mark might know, he's probably tried it before. If it's good, we'll use it. If it's not, I'll find ways to use it up like here and there where you don't really taste the marjoram all that much, like you don't really use it on sandwiches and all. I'll throw it in some cooking stuff here and there in place of butter. So it'll get used. That just might not be the kind that we wanted to get. The kind that we had wanted to get was 1 kilo, and that was $7. The next thing for the sandwiches was just a head of lettuce. Luckily, it is not the price it was about 6 months ago. One head of lettuce was only $8.90. I remember when it was like $6.50, and that was just painful. So for sandwiches, it's just bread, marjoram, pastrami, and lettuce. So we got half of the ingredients right, at least on this one. And the next thing that I ordered from produce from Kohl's were potatoes. So I had asked for 8 Dutch cream brushed potatoes, which I'm pretty sure these are what these are. They gave me more than 8 though, I think because the potatoes are a little bit small. So that was $7.84. We were running low on white sugar, and I'm somebody who needs to have sugar in my coffee, you guys. Like I can't, even if you put cream in it, I can't. I need it to be sweet. So I do like 2 teaspoons of sugar in my coffee. We were running low. This was only $1.70 for an entire kilo of sugar, which really isn't bad. And lastly, from Kohl's were these 4 and 20 pies. These were actually on special for $6. They're typically $8 at Kohl's and Woolies. They were on special at Kohl's, not Woolies this week. So picked them up from there. And we make 3 pies every week. So I ate one, Mark eats 2. And that's one of the set meals that we do. So Monday we do like chicken, broccoli, rice. Tuesday is lamb, veg, and mash. Wednesday is pies, veg, and mash. Thursday is homemade pepperoni pizza. Well, maybe not totally homemade because we do buy the bases pre-done. Like we don't make the dough from scratch. But Thursday is pizza. Friday is steak, veg, and mash. Saturday is our takeaway day, and then Sunday is if Mark wants to make something out of the ordinary, if we want to do another takeaway night, if we want to do leftovers. It's kind of a random fill-in-the-blank kind of day for us. And the good thing about having a set menu with that is it's varied enough that we're not going to get bored, and we have the ingredients on hand that if we don't want to cook one night, we can order takeaway and then make dinner on Saturday. Like, it's a very versatile menu, and it's not a set thing every single day. We can vary it up whenever we want to and choose to, especially because we have some stuff that's frozen and it's super easy to just throw in the oven, and you don't have to worry, you don't have to think, you don't have to pay attention when you're cooking. It's very, very easy for a couple who works full-time. Both of us have full-time jobs, so very easy, simple menu. Like I said, I did go grocery shopping at Woolies, and my Woolies order was much bigger and therefore much more expensive. So the first thing that I got, and I'm kicking myself because I had made this order like right before everything goes on sale, and these are now half off at Woolies, but I did not get them when they were at the half off price, which is annoying, but it is what it is. This is the Always Fresh Vine Ripened Tomato and Basil Soup. Guys, I love this soup. It's amazing. It's a little bit chunky, it's a little bit thick. It's not like the Campbell's condensed soup where it's super liquidy. Like, there's a good bit of like depth to this. Like, you get a good depth of flavor. All I do is add in some salt and a little bit of pepper. This stuff is so good, and I'll have about half a jar of this for lunch, and it's about like 200-ish calories. So if you're trying to be in a calorie deficit, if you're watching what you're eating, this soup is amazing. The only thing is, once you open it, if you only use half of it, it goes moldy very, very quickly. So if I'm going to do this, typically I'll have tomato soup like 2 lunches in a row. Otherwise, in a couple of days, you get mold and you end up throwing half the jar away. And at $6 a jar, not worth it. But at the time I'm filming this, they're on sale for $3 a jar at Woolies. So one of those half price specials that they do. Try to grab it on special when you can, because it will last a while as long as you don't open it. Now, I have a sweet tooth, and of course, when you're dieting, instead of eating ice cream and cake, one way to kind of go about getting just that little sugar rush is through fruit. So I love peaches. They didn't have any like available to order online, so I got the pre-made sliced ones in juice. So Goulburn Valley peaches were $4.60, and this is like 4 servings, and per serving it's about 100-ish calories, which really isn't that bad. I mean, you get 4 servings out of this guy. That's pretty good, and it includes the juice that's in it too. Typically, I drain the juice out, so that's a few less calories, but still really good if you just want a snack, if you want something sweet at the end of the day. Instead of going for a chocolate bar or an ice cream bar, go for some fruit. It's so good. And this I only ordered one of because I wasn't sure if I would like it. It's chicken and sweet corn from Heinz. I like Heinz soup. I've never had chicken and sweet corn, and it looked a lot like creamed corn. And I'm worried it's going to be super thick and it's going to be too sweet like cream corn, so I only ordered 1 can of this. This was $3.60. But I've also ordered 2 cans of the country chicken soup. I love this soup. It's so good. Nice and creamy. I know it's kind of weird to have soup on a warm day, but again, trying to be a little bit more calorie conscious and not worry too much about that. So this comes out to like about 250 calories per can, and typically there's 2 servings in this. So again, if you want to split it up, have some one day and then have some the next day so it doesn't start to go bad in the fridge, you can go for that. If you want the entire can, that's only like 250 calories, which is really good. And those were the same price. They were $3.60 each, so $7.20 for those 2 cans. Next thing I got is lime juice, you guys. So I love sparkling water. Like, I'm obsessed with it. I buy way too many cans of Mount Franklin sparkling, and just to cut back a little bit on the cost, we do have a soda stream. Like, it's super easy to make seltzer. It takes a couple of minutes. We can get water ice cold out of the fridge. All I need to do is add in a little bit of flavoring. I like lime juice over lemon juice and water, so I picked up some concentrated lime juice and throw it in there and start making some at home to try to save us money, because it's a little under $1 a can, but when you're drinking like 2 to 3 cans a day, it really does add up kind of quickly. So I just got some concentrated lime juice for water at home. That was only $1, which is so cheap. And obviously we needed milk. I do have like coffee every single morning. Mark once in a while will have cereal, so we typically get 2 liters and we go through pretty much the whole thing. Once in a while we don't, and you end up with just that little bit at the bottom that starts to go bad, but we got a 2-liter gallon of milk from Dairy Farmers. For some reason Mark always insists that we get Dairy Farmers. I should probably ask why, but yeah, we get Dairy Farmers milk, and that was $4.10 for 2 liters. Like I said, Thursday nights typically we do pizza, so I got some shredded mozzarella cheese, and this was $5 for 250 grams, so not bad. I mean, prices of cheese have gone up a lot too, you guys. I mean, inflation's hitting hard. So yeah, that is the cheese that we use. On top of that, we also do pepperoni. So I'd ordered 2 of these. They only gave me 1. They told me that they were sold out, and this was like the last one they had. So these were $3.70 each. I did order 2 because they were on special for like 2 for $6. So one thing I love is Coca-Cola. I absolutely love it. I don't want to say I'm obsessed with it, but I used to be one of those people who would have to have at least 1 can a day, and that is one of the reasons why my waistline has not gone down at all since I moved over here. I have trouble cutting out soda. So what I wanted to do was try one that is no calories, just to give it a try, just for like that little treat once in a while. I've been doing pretty good about cutting back soda. I do like maybe 1 or 2 cans a week. But I've noticed every single time I drink a can, like I step on the scale the next day and it's gone up an entire pound. Like from 1 can of soda, my diet for the rest of the day will be good. It's just that 1 Coke can, for some reason, it just sticks. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, it just sticks. So I figured I'll give the no sugar ones a try. They're super low calories. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are no calories in these. There's no calories in these. So it's just going to be something to drink once in a while, and I got the mini can, so I just get that little bit of it. I don't need an entire can. I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to be healthier this year. Those cans went for $5, so obviously it's not the best value for your buck, but I am trying to cut back a little bit on the sugar, on the sweet, so instead of getting Coke, I picked up some of those. And one other thing I do to get my little sugar fix in the day are these Lore flavored espresso pods. So this one is caramel. I do have a few vanilla still. And you can get these on sale pretty often, especially at Kohl's. Like I've seen these on Kohl's on special for $5 all the time. They just weren't on special this week, so I just picked them up at Woolies, and these were $7 for 10 capsules. So a little less than $1 a capsule, less than $1 per coffee. The veggie that we do all the time with pies are frozen peas and corn, so we'll just throw these in the steamer and steam them up. These were actually pretty reasonable for $2.80. I've seen them go like way expensive, especially at Kohl's for some reason. Getting into some more produce, I did pick up carrots, and there were half a dozen carrots that I picked up for 35 cents each. Like carrot prices have, like, knock on wood, they've always been relatively cheap compared to most produce here. And I picked up 6 of these, so these were only $2.10 each. I also picked up 4 heads of broccoli because we'll typically do like a head of broccoli per meal, and the way it works out is we end up doing broccoli like 4 nights a week. We both like it. It's a really good healthy vegetable, and these were only $1.62 per like fresh head of broccoli. We use the stems too, by the way. So this came out to $6.48 for 4 heads of broccoli. Another diet food that people talk about all the time besides soup are apples, because an apple is like 60 calories for a large apple. So I picked up 4 Pink Lady apples for $1.03 each. So these came out to $4.12. This has absolutely nothing to do with groceries, but we needed another push lighter for the candles in the house because one of them is just completely died on us. So this was $4.25. I was supposed to get chicken fillets, and I don't know if they were out. I don't know if they just didn't have the ones that I'd ordered specifically. For whatever reason, they didn't give me any chicken fillets, and if they did, that was going to be $16.80, and I think it was like one of those packs that had like 5 to 6 chicken fillets in it. So that would have lasted us like, honestly, at least a month, because I use 1 fillet every time we do chicken broccoli rice. So that we don't have. I'll have to pick that up in the next week or 2. We have a couple extras in the freezer, so we're good for like a week or so, but I'm gonna have to pick up some at some point. And the last thing that I got on here was lamb. So Woolies lamb 4-quarter pieces. This one came out to $21.98 for 4 quarters of lamb, which, okay, I know lamb has gone so much in price, you guys. Like, it is so expensive now. But we did get 4 quarters of lamb, and this came out to, so the package says $21.98. When I ordered it, it was $24.70. They do adjust for the price differences. So I do have lamb 4/4 for dinner. And I know I said we do steak as well, but we don't get that from Kohl's or Woolies. We actually go to Costco. Mark is actually pretty good about how to like butcher meat. So when we go to Costco, we get one of those giant like things of steak that you can cut up, and we typically get at least 6 or 7 meals out of each one we buy. I think the last one we got 9 meals out of it. And that costs anywhere from like $210 to $260 for us. And you have to remember you're also getting like 2 steaks per meal out of it, and we got 18 cuts out of the last one at $240. So it was like a little over $10 per steak, and we did get like the nicer steak. We got the ribeye. I think we're going to go a little bit cheaper next time. It won't save us a ton of money, but every little bit does count. So we did that, and that's going to last 2 to 3 months for us steak wise, so we have that saved up in the freezer. So what I paid for groceries at Woolies and what it should have cost if they'd given me everything that I ordered was $117.05. And from Kohl's, if they had given me everything that I ordered, that was $62.44 for a grand total of $179.49. Now remember, some of this stuff will lead into the next couple of weeks. Like I do have 2 weeks worth of lamb from all of this. That orange juice is probably going to last us a fortnight. Like, there are things that are probably going to lead over into next week, so I'm going to have to order a little bit less next week. And like I said, we didn't get the chicken. If we'd gotten the chicken, that would have been enough chicken for an entire month. So some of these things I don't order every single week, you guys. But just keep in mind when it comes to produce and all that stuff, that we typically try to buy once a week to keep it fresh. We know what we need, we know how much we have to order, and it just makes things so much easier to be able to order produce week to week. And that is our grocery shopping for the week, to try to be a little bit healthier going into this year. Try to eat more whole foods, try to be a little bit more calorie conscious on my part. Luckily with Mark's metabolism, that's not something he generally has to worry about. But for me, I have to monitor every single thing that I put in my mouth. That sounds wrong. I have to monitor every single thing that I eat. Otherwise, the scale will keep creeping up, and I do not want that anymore. I'm going to go back into a calorie deficit, even though it's only going to be like 1,200 calories like a day. Do that 5 days a week. Relax on the weekends. Don't go crazy. Don't binge, but at least relax and not worry too much about counting calories. If it's something I could do during the work week, eventually the weight will start to fall off. That's how it works. That is science for you guys. No excuses. It is what it is. Calories in, calories out. I just have to be a little bit more conscious of it this year. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. It really does help support me and help support this channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.